Now that's a lot of damage!
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Yes! 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 No! 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 Fuck! Shit! Cunt! Bull!
Yes, guys, it's that time of the year.
Olá, amigo. Have you picked the team of the year yet?
Hey guys, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. So apparently it looks like EA have released the team of the year cards and we have to choose our best 11, probably vote for them and all. And there is no Muller or David Alaba.
What? But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
I mean, let's be honest guys, this is so biased. I mean, if you have some sort of contract with PES and all, that's enough for FIFA to take you out of the team of the year. So in my opinion, if any player has any sort of connection with Konami or PES, then EA Sports will rate you down even if you are the best player in the world. Lower your rating, make your card the most useless. You won't get any special cards week in and week out in FUT Champs. And if you are a striker, every time you try to shoot the ball, it will always end up in the stratosphere. Jesse Lingard's rating will be better than yours. Jesse Lingard's dribbling will be better than yours. Jesse Lingard for God's sake. So there has been a lot of controversies on this on Twitter and other FIFA communities. I mean, just free marketing for FIFA and EA Sports. I mean, do they even watch the game and all? So anyways, here we are and we are going to vote our best team of the year 11 from the past 12 months. Also guys, to make things interesting, I will pick 2 starting 11s on this channel. The first starting 11 is going to be full of players who are really doing good in real life and who are very good at individual level and got a lot of trophies for their clubs and all. It will be based on real life, the first 11, and the second 11 are going to be players whom I personally love to use on FIFA, and there's not going to be any connection of the real life performances and whatsoever. It's just going to be purely FIFA for me. So starting with our first 11, and let's start with the goalkeeping position. And nah man, I mean that's so obvious. I mean, hear it out: Alisson, Courtois, Ederson, Herardiki, Mandanda, Keylor Navas and Manuel Neuer. I mean, don't you get a dopamine rush in your brain whenever you hear that name, Manuel Neuer? I mean, that is our man. You just can't get wrong with Manuel Neuer, because last season it's been Manuel Neuer season. I mean apart from winning every single thing with Bayern Munich, he was actually robbed of the FIFA best players, I mean, in which somehow Alisson got featured, but he pulled off some amazing saves and also led his team all the way to the Champions League final, and they actually managed to win it. So there's no questioning it, Manuel Neuer is going to be there. Talking about on-field players, I mean, let's start with the right back's position, and there are a lot of options to choose, but I know that you guys are going to be very mad at this and all, but I'm going Sergio Ramos. I mean, at right back's position. I mean, I know a lot of you guys will be pissed, like, why didn't I go for Trent Alexander-Arnold or maybe like Laporta or someone, but guys, like Sergio Ramos. I mean, if you guys remember, just after the lockdown ended in Spain and the La Liga matches resumed, there were like some 11 to 12 matches to be played, and Real Madrid were 4 points behind Barcelona, but the goals he scored, the penalties, the free kicks, the defense by Sergio Ramos was absolutely amazing. I mean he was absolutely everywhere, so he deserves to be there, man. I mean he was on another level. For the first centre back, I'm going Virgil Van Dyke from Liverpool. Again, a player you cannot be mistaken with. I mean, Virgil Van Dyke, I mean, the boy from Liverpool is performing absolutely amazing since the past 2 seasons. Also taking Liverpool to back-to-back Champions League finals and all. I mean, that's just Liverpool things, and that's just Virgil Van Dyke things for you. But yep, I'm going with Virgil Van Dyke. Our second centre back, again, it's going to be a very controversial one, but it is Thiago Silva. I mean, hear me out. Before going mad, hear me out. I mean, if we just forget for a moment that he got transferred to Chelsea, I mean, just recall Thiago Silva at Paris Saint-Germain, how he captained Paris and took Paris Saint-Germain all the way to the Champions League final for the very first time. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, Thiago Silva at Paris Saint-Germain was absolutely amazing, but For a moment, if we just forget his transfer to Chelsea where he actually got a dip in his form, we actually can put him in the Team of the Year vote list, and it's very fair, man. I mean, Thiago Silva is probably was one of those best defenders for me in the last season. Okay, so coming on that left back's position, a lot of options. Andy Robertson going to be the most obvious one, but you know what, guys, there's quite a bit competition. I mean, Andy Robertson, Alfonso Davis, obviously the young man from Bayern Munich, and Angelino, man. I mean, the RB Leipzig left back. I mean, he attacks, he dribbles, he defends, he wins aerial duels. I mean, he does every single thing. The Spaniard is absolutely amazing. He had a cracker of a season in real life, so he's also a competitor as well. Although I'm going for Alfonso Davis, man. I mean, you just cannot go wrong. I mean, he got injured in the later stages of 2020, but I mean, in the Champions League, he was absolutely cooking, man. For a player who's only 19 and has already won the Champions League, it's a great achievement for Alfonso Davis. And did you look at his dribbles, his defense? I mean, he stopped every single striker. I mean, all the strikers who you expect to score against Bayern, Alfonso Davis got their backs. And did you see the dribble of Alfonso Davis against Barcelona, man? The way he dribbled Semedo probably ended his career, and right now Semedo is in Wolves. And Alfonso Davis, man, I think he assisted Kimmich in that 8-2 Barcelona's, I mean, the game in which Barcelona lost 8-2. I mean, he assisted Kimmich, and that dribble is just amazing, man. I was watching the TV and I was like, my initial reaction was this. That was my reaction because I couldn't believe the dribble. So yep, that sorts defense and goalkeepers for me. So coming on the midfield, very tricky. So our first player is going to be Thiago from Bayern Munich. Obviously he got transferred to Liverpool this season, but as looking for last season's form, he played for Bayern Munich, won every single trophy, and that performance of Thiago Silva in the final, man. I mean, Thiago Silva in the finals of the Champions League against Paris Saint-Germain was on another level. Even in international friendlies with Spain, he performed very well. So Thiago's got to be there, man. Thiago's got to be there. Although he's in Liverpool right now, and another great club. Hope he wins every single thing at Liverpool too. But Thiago has got to be there if you are choosing a team for 2020. Our second midfielder is going to be Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne, man, these are the players you just cannot get wrong with. I mean, player of the season of the Premier League, assists a lot of goals, bangs in a lot of screamers. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne is the most complete player, and you gotta have him in your squad. Look away, Chelsea fans, but yeah, Kevin De Bruyne is here. So our last and third midfielder, again a bit controversial one, but Bruno Fernandes. I mean, the Portuguese man is absolutely like on another level, I have to say, because I mean, coming in from a small club like Sporting and then directly making a huge impact in the best league in the world, talking about the Premier League. I mean, the interesting fact is that Bruno Fernandes is performing better than his last season in this season. I mean, the 2020-2021 season. And although last season he was absolutely incredible. I mean, he almost took his team to the Europa League final, but in the end they couldn't quite manage it. And look at it, man, he's scoring against every single team. He wants to win trophies and all. He's bagging a lot of assists and all, every single thing, just like Kevin De Bruyne is doing for the rival Manchester club. Bruno Fernandes is doing for Manchester United. Now, a lot of you will argue that you should have put Kimmich there, but nah, man, nah. Bruno Fernandes is my man, and the kind of impact he makes suddenly from coming from a small league and directly to the Premier League, it's truly remarkable. So he's got to be there in the team of the year. So coming on the forwards, and I guess this is pretty obvious. I mean, we don't really have to choose between them and all. You guys already know the answer, so I'm just not gonna say anything and just pick them straight away, because we decided that our first 11 is going to be all about the players who've been doing really good in real life, and also you already know who the three forwards are, but still I'm gonna place it for you guys. There you go, Cristiano Ronaldo as a left winger. One legend partners up with another, Lionel Messi partnering up top with Cristiano Ronaldo, and obviously in the middle to complete this lovely deserving 11 we have Robert Lewandowski from Bayern Munich. So this is my starting 11 filled with all the players who actually deserve a Team of the Year card this season, who've been really performing very well for their clubs at an individual level and also getting a lot of trophies for their clubs. So here it is. Coming on the second squad of our 11 players, and remember guys, all the players which I'm going to choose on this squad are only going to be the players with whom I love to play FIFA with. I mean, their real life performances have no connection to whatsoever the game is. It's only and solely based on FIFA 21 for me. I mean, you might be a different player, I'm a different FIFA player, so these are my personal picks for what my FIFA 21 team would look like. So the real life performances have no connection whatsoever. Keep that in mind. Starting with the goalkeeper, it has to be Thibaut Courtois, man. I personally as a player concede a lot of finesse shot goals and all, and I think Thibaut Courtois stops it pretty well. And I mean, I've used Neuer, Keylor Navas, Alisson and also the likes of Ederson, man, but in my case, for me, Courtois works the best. Coming on our right back's position, it has to be Trent Alexander-Arnold, man. I mean, the young Englishman has really got some serious skills on FIFA, because like, I'm a kind of player who likes fast wingers and wingers who can cross the ball pretty quickly, dribble away from the opposition's defense and all. And I think that pretty much sums up Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he works very well for me. I mean, I like to take my full backs forward, and that's what Alexander-Arnold does. Bags a lot of assists and a lot of crosses for me, so that Alexander-Arnold works for me in that right back's position. Coming on the centre backs, you just can't be mistaken. I mean, Sergio Ramos from Real Madrid and Virgil Van Dyke from Liverpool. I mean, probably this, if you are a FIFA player and you play FIFA on a regular basis with your friends and all, even online, I mean, you want a centre back combination of Ramos and Van Dyke. I mean, whenever I play FIFA against my friends and we do a sort of draft, I always dream of Ramos plus Van Dyke in that centre backs partnership, man. They are going to be absolutely lethal and absolutely going to stop every single shot of your friends. Okay, we have two possible options for the left back. I mean, Alfonso Davis and Andy Robertson. I mean, little bit confused, but I personally as a player give more preferences to the young players, because as I told you that I like pace, and that's what Alfonso Davis is all about. I mean, don't get me wrong, Andy Robertson is also perfectly fine, but I just prefer Alfonso Davis from Bayern for that extra bit of pace and, you know, that dribbling skills. And also Alfonso Davis, here is my defense and goalkeeper. Now coming on midfielders, the most controversial one, and this is going to set you mad, Houssem Aouar. I mean, yes guys, as I told you before picking this 11, I told that this is going to be solely based on FIFA 21. I mean, Houssem Aouar works perfectly fine for me. He grabs a lot of assists, he shoots from outside the box, and he's just a perfect player for me on FIFA 21. So there he is, Aouar gets there. My second pick is going to be Bruno Fernandes. Now I'm not being biased at all, because like, I've used Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea and probably every single team on FIFA, but Bruno Fernandes as a midfielder just feels different, so Fernandes is gonna be there. Now the third one is very tricky guys, because my obvious ones I've already displayed, like Aouar and Bruno Fernandes are already there, the players who actually feel different for me, but rest all the players are pretty much the same. But I went for Son Heung-min, and there is a primary reason to it. I mean, first of all, categorizing him as a midfielder, I just don't get it, because he is a winger and probably a centre forward, but that's what EA does and we just have to accept it. My primary reason I went with Son Heung-min is because right now on this channel I'm playing a Spurs career mode. So I'm using Son a lot, I'm scoring a lot of goals, I'm bagging a lot of assists, so I'll leave it somewhere in the I box, so do watch that video and then come back to this video and watch it till the end. So that's the primary reason I'm going for Son Heung-min to complete my midfielders set. Coming on the forwards, I'm straight away going for this man, Cristiano freaking Ronaldo. I mean, you just can't get wrong. I mean, I'm not being biased at all as a Madrid fan. You know the relationship between Madrid fans and Ronaldo, so you just got to have him in your squad, man. And he actually feels really different whenever I play FIFA with him. I mean, he obviously scores a lot of goals. I mean, you might be a different player, you might prefer some other player like Mane or probably Haaland or someone, but for me it's Cristiano Ronaldo. He works very well for me. He does absolutely everything, so he is there. Every single header and every single shot that he takes, is usually ending in the back of the net, so Ronaldo has to be there for me. Although I do not use Messi a lot on FIFA, but man, Messi, you gotta have Messi. I'm not just saying it because of his performances and his legacy in real life, but I think the last time I properly used Messi was back in FIFA 19, and he absolutely feels different, man. The moment Messi has the ball and you just move your controller, you can already feel that something is happening and you are going to score a goal. So Messi is up there for me with Cristiano Ronaldo. Coming on the striking position, I'll be honest with you guys, because out of all the strikers down here, I personally prefer Sergio Aguero, because I mean, don't get me wrong, I've tried every single striker, but the one that works perfectly fine for me is Sergio Aguero in every single FIFA. But although as we do not have him here, I'm gonna go with Mbappe. Like cover star, Kylian Mbappe, favorite and most overpowered player since FIFA 19 came out, I remember. So you can't go wrong with Kylian Mbappe. And Kylian Mbappe, every time you threw him the ball or give him a long lob pass or something, he is gonna get there. No matter how quick your defenders are, he is gonna score a goal. All the rebounds are falling upon him, and also he's going to score every single time. And so Mbappe here is going to complete the set of 11 players. I mean, these are the players whom I personally love to use on FIFA 21, and here it is. Okay guys, I'm gonna leave this video here. Hope you enjoyed this video, and leave a like, smash that subscribe button, and also stay tuned for the episode number 5 of the Tottenham Hotspur's career mode, which is going to be out tomorrow. And if you haven't watched the previous episodes, I'm gonna link it in the I box. Do watch that, and please wait for the episode number 5 of the Tottenham Hotspur's career mode. Until then, stay safe, keep smiling, and peace.
Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero!